All right, how we're going to watch the game this week. Georgia taking on Ball State. This game is on the SEC network. There's a couple of different ways to watch it. I've got a lot to say about this because Charter Communications, which supplies Spectrum Internet not only in Athens, but in lots of the Carolinas, all of New York City, and Los Angeles, is still blocking all Disney channels out. That includes ESPN, that includes the SEC network. ESPN2. So Georgia's game is going to be blacked out if you're watching it on Spectrum. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here is that if you have Spectrum, you're not going to be able to stream this game either. All right. So let's go through this as if you have a cable subscription to ESPN that is active. So that's everybody else. We're going to come to ESPN's homepage right here. You're going to go to Watch. And then there's going to be a bunch of stuff that you can watch, okay? This is all live. This is assuming that you have a subscription, okay? You can watch the Georgia women's volleyball team play Thursday night if you'd like. That's not what we're most interested in. We're going to go to NCAA football up at the top, the word schedule. This is the easiest way to stream it. This is the easiest way to stream it. When that time comes, you're going to click on the date and the time. This will have a pop-up. You'll be able to watch it immediately, okay? If you are on the SEC network, however, if you just want to watch it that way, we always have this for you. Doesn't matter if Georgia's playing on ESPN, SEC network, ESPN2, CBS. We always have all of the information for you over on dogpost.com. It's going to be not that bad, the weather this weekend. And we always tell you what network it's on and how you can stream it. Because you can always stream it if you have a subscription. Okay? Our friends at EcoPoly are encouraging you to kick back and watch this game at home if you can't watch it in the stadium. If you're like me, though, the problem is, I'll be on the sideline, okay? So not to be that guy, but if you are watching this at home and you do not have ESPN, there's a couple of different. If you have Spectrum Communications, Charter Communications would sell Spectrum. That's my current situation. In east side of Athens, everywhere in Athens is Spectrum. So you got a problem on your hands. I use YouTube TV as a backup. I'm not recommending that. I know this is on YouTube. I'm not recommending that. They're not paying me. None of that stuff. I'm just telling you that they've got it. It's out there. We talk about EcoPoly. We talk about Red Zone. YouTube TV does not compensate us in any way. None of that. But that is a good service. It has the SEC network. It has ESPN. And this entire thing with Disney and Charter Communications, now there's a class action lawsuit in the state of Florida about it. We'll see how this goes. I've got a little bit more to say about that. But before I talk about that, listen, y'all, this chair, I've been rocking in it for a while now. It is addictive. I will say that. It's from our friends at EcoPoly. They make poly lumber. Now, what is poly lumber? It is recycled plastics, okay? We make poly lumber with built-in UV inhibitors. This stuff's not going to fade, y'all. To create a solid and durable product with a 20-year warranty, I will add this. My in-laws, who are hard to please and difficult, they are impressed. And more so, my wife is actually impressed with this. So if you are watching this, you're a Georgia fan, you like South Carolina, North Carolina, Clemson, they have a slew of different types. If your beach house is a particular way, if your lake house is a particular way, first of all, congratulations on your success. Secondly, make an investment in this. It's very good quality furniture. It's not the plastic stuff you're going to see at the big box stores. This is really well made in Middle Georgia and our friends in Dodge County and Eastman. You can go there and get a better discount, or you can use our discount, 15% off and free shipping. The link is down below. If you're going to watch the game this weekend and you do not have Charter, I fully recommend trying YouTube TV. Charter has made clear with its cable brand, which is Spectrum, it's probably a negotiating tactic, but they very well may get out of the business of cable television. Now, think about that for a second. That's going to leave everybody stuck. Now, within the next 36 months, but probably 18, you're going to see Disney move to a model where they will offer ESPN and probably everything else on Hulu or Disney Plus. I don't know that they can do that on ESPN Plus, but they put everything in place to make this happen. Many of you know that I follow media and sports extremely closely, particularly when it comes to college football. As it relates to this thing, however, there's one factor that has really not much to do with college football, and that is the NFL. They supply the players. Because Spectrum is the provider in New York City, okay? There are about 15 million Spectrum subscribers. My suspicion is about 3 to 4 million of them are in the city. The New York Jets are playing on Monday Night Football on Monday night. That is going to be an exclusive ESPN broadcast. You're not going to be able to get that any other way. If this does not come to an agreement by 5 o'clock or so on Monday night, you probably need to start looking around for a new way to watch ESPN permanently. Again, I'm not paid by Charter. I've never worked for Disney, actually. I've worked for CBS. I've worked for News Corporation, which is Fox. Disney is one of the few media outlets I've never worked for. I do have a lot of friends at ESPN that understand the back and forth of all of this. I'm just telling you that this could go on long term with Spectrum. I know this is less about now the Ball State game, but there's a lot of people in Athens that watch this program. There's a lot of people in the Carolinas. What I will do on Monday, if this is not fixed, is I will drop Spectrum completely. I will be done with that. I'll move on to something. It will probably be YouTube TV, but there's other options out there. Sling, YouTube. You can, ESPN. Disney sent something out about how you can watch on Hulu in a particular way. But I consume so much cable that it's been a part of my life since I was a child. MTV generation. This is just, it's a heavy part of my diet. ESPN, I keep calling it ESPN. Disney said that they've sent something out saying that you can watch Hulu Plus. That's the way that you can, as they call it, how to watch Disney Entertainment Networks and ESPN without a cable subscription. They go through their litany of things, but they get to the point saying Hulu Plus has more than 90 live channels and includes sports, television, and sports, news, and entertainment. Hulu Plus Live TV starts at $70 a month. You can cancel it anytime. There's no contract, no box, no wait to subscribe. They go on to say Hulu Plus Live Television comes with Hulu's deep library, blah, blah, blah. And then they say an unlimited DVR. But you can also get Disney's networks available on these other streaming services: DirecTV Stream, YouTube TV, as I've discussed, Sling, and Fubo, which I have not discussed. So right now you still do not have ABC-owned television stations. So I know that just from my experience in the Carolinas, those are not blacked out right now. In Atlanta, that's not blacked out right now. If you're elsewhere, I don't know. So you might be getting blacked out of the ABC games. You're not going to be able to watch Alabama, Texas without ESPN this weekend. You're not going to be able to watch Monday Night Football this weekend. Alabama, Texas is probably going to get 9 to 10 million viewers without Charter or without Spectrum. So, I have antennas at my house. An antenna, it works in East Athens, which is about as difficult to get an antenna as anywhere. So that's a consideration for ABC as well. Y'all, this is coming. The new world is coming of how to digest media. The vast majority of y'all should figure out a streaming service sooner than later. I don't care. Spectrum has been very good for a long time. When it was Time Warner Cable, it was outstanding. But if you cannot watch the one thing you want to watch, then it becomes increasingly frustrating and stressful for people who care about Georgia, Alabama, the SEC to continue to pay. My cable bill is nearly $300 a month because I get the internet with it. And I'm not dissimilar from a lot of people. So, you're wondering how the schools are getting paid. We're paying for it. One other caveat with YouTube TV. The Braves and I got divorced a long time ago, so I don't care about the Braves. Bally is not on YouTube television. Keep that in mind. Bally is almost not on anything. So that's the Braves' problem. I don't cover the Braves. I don't have an opinion of it. I used to work at the stadium, so that's why I say we got a divorce. But if you want the Braves, you're going to have to figure this out. Decades ago, the former Senator John McCain, who ran for the presidency in 2008 and in 2000. This was something he advocated for a long time ago, in the 90s, which was the breaking up of the television bundle on cable television. We're seeing that now in slow motion, and it is very ugly. But at the end of the day, it gives the consumer the ability to buy exactly what they want. It's just not easy to do. If you've got Spectrum, which is owned by Charter, you need to start thinking about an exit plan. I do think it is very possible that on Monday, if not before then, that this could be settled. If it's not, this is a long-term thing.